It's no surprise that Rockstar like to take inspiration from classic movies and TV shows for their DLCs in this game in GTA Online. And because of that, they've added some really awesome vehicles to the game that are based off of vehicles from those TV shows and movies. And in this video, I want to go over 10 cars in GTA Online that are from movies. There are a lot more than 10, but these I think are the 10 most notable ones. And I thought it would just be cool to see what they look like in GTA versus what they look like from or in their movie. The first one, of course, the Deluxo, aka the DeLorean. Back to the Future made this vehicle so popular, and this is basically almost like a recreation. The color may not be 100%, but the car itself is pretty much almost identical to the car from the movie. And I want to give a huge shout out to Clay Mundo. He actually sort of went through and made some awesome pictures with the cars in GTA and made them look like they were from the movie. And the Back to the Future one, this is so awesome. This is so good. And if we take a look at the actual car from real life, obviously, like, the major difference is the gizmo and gadget part, like the thing on the back, obviously all the stuff on the inside, that's different, that's added. But the car itself is pretty much the same, even including the doors that go up instead of out like a normal car. So that's the first vehicle I wanted to show that Rockstar added based off of a movie. I think it's one of the most popular ones. Next up, we have the Vigilante. This is the Batman car from the 1989 Batman movie with Michael Keaton. Now, I think it does look a little bit more modern in GTA Online. Let's go back in the sun here. But you can see here, it definitely is out there. It's far out there, man. This is not a car you'd expect to see in GTA Online. But if we take a look at the picture from the movie or from real life, this is very, very similar. Now, in real life, it had the bat wings sort of on the back. Rockstar clearly had to take those off. This one from real life is a little bit more slimmer, a little bit less bulky, but it's basically the same thing. I mean, the front part, it may not have the thing that sticks out. We take a look back at GTA Online, but it's got that giant hole there. And again, this one in GTA Online looks a little bit more sleeker, a little bit more modern than that Batman car. But taking a look at the picture by Clay Mundo, I mean, looks like the Joker there is about to blow up the Batmobile, and it fits perfectly with that theme. The third vehicle on the list is the Death Proof vehicle. This is the Death Nova from the movie Death Proof. This is actually a more recent vehicle. It's the Vamos. I believe it came out in the Arena War update. But taking a look at this, it's a very simple car. I mean, literally, it's just a black muscle car here with the skull livery. But taking a look at the real-life version, the one thing you'll notice right off the bat, the skull livery is a little different. They obviously had to change that up a little bit. But it's based off of that car. I think it's the Chevy Nova. And it's almost identical. It's very, very similar. The fourth vehicle we have on the list is the Mad Max Interceptor. Now, the name is even a play on that because in GTA Online, you can see at the bottom right, it says the Imperator. So it's kind of similar, the Imperator, the Interceptor. But this is another almost recreation of a vehicle, of a movie car. Here's the awesome picture by Clay, and I've seen multiple people do stuff like this where they take this car and add the Mad Max outfit, and it looks so good, especially up in Sandy Shores. But the real life car is definitely a little bit more rusted because Mad Max, like, that's kind of like, you know, apocalyptic level stuff. You're out in the desert and everything. So it's definitely more dirty, although you can add a little bit of rust to this vehicle, although it's actually not a little bit, it's quite a lot. I kind of wish Rockstar would have maybe tone down the rust liveries a little bit to make it more in line like the movie vehicle. But that is another well-known vehicle from a movie that Rockstar added. At number 5, we have the A-Team van, and this one is almost 100%. This is the gang burrito van, and it's the black van here with the red stripe. You have the red rims and the red spoiler on the top. I think the only difference from this in the movie is in the movie, the little lights on the front, I think might have been red as well. But yeah, this is, I mean, almost a one-for-one recreation. Taking a look at it in the movie or in real life, this is from the poster, and you can see the lights are like the only thing, but it's got that red line, the red spoiler, the red rims. This is almost a 100% recreation. Next on our list is the two of the vehicles from the Fast and the Furious movies. Maybe one of these days I will make an entire video based solely on vehicles from the Fast and the Furious movies, because there are a ton in this game. Rockstar's taken a lot from those movies, but these are probably two of the most notable ones. We have Dom's 1970 Charger, the one I'm in, and then we have Brian's Toyota Supra over right behind me, or to the right of me. These are iconic. You can see we have the black with the chrome accent, obviously the hood looking good, and then over here with the hood, with the orange, with the green livery. Now, the livery is not 100% like, obviously, the movie. They couldn't do that for legal reasons. But look at these two cars. That's Fast and the Furious. And taking a look at them in real life, or not necessarily real life, it was hard to find a picture from the movie, but this is a toy that you could buy. It's basically a replica, and you can see it's pretty much identical to the car you just saw. And then the Toyota Supra, even the hood is identical. So Rockstar got that right. The spoiler's a little bit different. Rockstar, I don't think, put a spoiler in that looks just like that. And then, again, the livery is a little bit different, but those are almost identical. And here's a picture of both of them from the movie. It's kind of a close-in shot, but you can see, I believe this is actually from the first Fast and the Furious movie ever made in 2001. This was at the end when they did the little race and they beat the train. And Clay actually made a really awesome picture in GT Line, sort of depicting that, of them both beating the train. You can see the train in the background there. That's an awesome shot. Moving along, we have the car that lets you fly through the air. This one is the Scramjet. We're going to hit a building. But this is based off of Speed Racer's vehicle, as we apparently get stuck here. The white with the red lines. The only thing that's missing is the crew logo, the little 5, the number 5 on the side. And you'll actually see that here in Clay's picture. He actually went the full distance and actually made his character look like Speed Racer as best as possible. But comparing it to the movie, the only thing that's different in the movie, it's an entirely red interior. I believe in GT Line, you cannot change the interior, so you kind of are just left with the black vehicle, or the black interior. And you don't have those really cool mirrors. And also, the rims are unique to the movie. So there are some differences, but for the most part, it is very close. Moving us to number 8, we have, I think, one of the first vehicles that Rockstar added into the game that was based off of a movie, and this is Kit, the car from the Knight Rider. Now, I guess this was actually from a TV show, so technically it's not from a movie, but whatever. This is Kit, though. It's got the red, like, lights there in the middle. Now, this one has rockets. The car from the TV show could do a lot more than just shoot rockets. You can see that here. This, you're not actually seeing any rockets, but you do see that red light. And then here's another little look at it. One of the only differences is the rims. You can see the rims in the real life version were slightly different than the ones we actually have in GTA Online. Although, if we go in first person, it does have some futuristic looking things. It's got a futuristic looking interior, which kind of fits with Kit from the TV show. Bunch of buttons in here too. At number 9, of course, we have the Tron Bike with the Tron suit. This was something that was just pretty obvious when Rockstar added it, what they were basing it off of. And it's not, I think, as cool as the movie look, because the movie look was kind of, I don't know, looked like it was like a one with the bike. But this is the best, obviously, we could do. And the bike had to be a little bit more realistic, I guess, if you even want to call this realistic. But the glowing on the bike, this is Tron. Taking a look at the movie, you can see the bike. It was kind of like a bigger bike. The rims you could sort of see through. You couldn't do that. You can't see through them in GTA Online. And it almost looks like the person sort of goes into the bike a little bit. Bike was a little bit bigger. I would have hoped the bike would have been a little bit bigger, and maybe like if you hit things in GTA Online, you wouldn't fall off of it. But I mean, it's got the lights. It's got the outfit, so there you go. And then the final vehicle, you know I couldn't leave this one off the list. Eleanor from Gone in 60 Seconds. And this one is so much like the movie version. They even named it similar. This one is the Vapid Ellie. And you can see this thing not only looks amazing, but they added the same livery. We have the same color on it. The only thing that's different that you will notice is the rims. So in the real life picture, the rims are a little bit different. Unfortunately, we can't get those for our car in GTA Online. But that is it with the video. That is 10 or 11 cars from movies, and I guess one from a TV show. Thank you all for watching. Please drop the video a like if you did enjoy. Subscribe for more GTA Online content in the future. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.